I am going to finalize all of these juvenile trout with some white on the bottom. I have pre-started, of course, if you were here earlier, on the first 2 hours. I got majority of it done. I did 10 of these, like an assembly line style of each lure. And now I'm going to assembly line the white. This will probably be my last video or last live until December. And I may not go live at all during December. I may be just working on videos that I did over the summer, releasing just my personal thoughts on reels and stuff that I used this year, and of course my top 10 bait finesse lures that I use all year long. But this will be my final live video, I do believe, unless I decide to paint like some bluegill or something for you all to see. Now I am just adding white. That is coming out nicely. Okay. So just adding white on the bottom. How are you? I think I need to turn my PSIs down just a little, because I kind of got them almost at a really super sharp with spring like in a line versus it being a spread. And then it's doing that number, it's sticking. So definitely trying to avoid that. That's still kind of high. How far back? All right. I am doing this for an upcoming event. Probably what I should do is turn it sideways. Thanks. Good, good, good. This is it finished, by the way. But I am going to make those dots, the lateral dots that's across the bottom, a little bit lighter just by using the actual airbrush versus the toothpick technique that I used earlier. Hmm. What I'm trying to do is find a way to hold this without so that I could spray underneath evenly. Without tearing it up. I would usually hold it in my hand, but I notice when I do that, that weird white, like it shows almost like a weird divide where my hand was at. So I'm just trying to avoid doing that. I think I got it. I do slightly want it on the side, just underneath the belly and to the side, just slightly where the chrome meets the white to give it that more realistic look. Trying to do it in a manner where it doesn't overspray. And come off to the side. And I need to sit this one to the side because I need to finish putting the dots on that one. That one's missing dots on the tail. appreciate that. Give you an idea how big this lure is. It is about the size of one of these bottles, basically. And this is a half-ounce bottle. So you can literally hide it behind it. Yep, not big at all. Crazy thing about it is every time I spray something like this, I want to just keep it for myself. Every single time. But these will be up on the site in January. If there's any left after the expo, I think there may be some left. Those expos, those guys usually don't buy the smaller baits. They usually go for the big stuff. I think in their head that paying $15 to $20 for a small lure when they could pay $15 to $20 for the bigger version of it. Probably what they're thinking. Not bad, not bad. I'm just, for those who just jumped in, I am literally just adding white to the bottom. And then I'm going to put the fin on. And I think I'm going to call this done. Yeah, these are gonna get hit. The other version of the trout that I make and paint and stuff is I caught a lot of fish on the bigger version of this. So I downsized. But if you are new to the channel, just sliding by, definitely hit the subscribe button for future videos. It won't just be airbrushing. It's just that it's that time of the year for me, and I have to get out or crank out as many of these as possible to sell in January. I think this is going to be the first one that I have to heat set because kind of oversprayed. What's my PB? My bad, man. I didn't see that comment. If you're still in here, depending on what fish we're talking about here. PB bass, largemouth, smallmouth, PB crappie, PB saltwater, PB trout. I'll tell you a secret. My biggest fish is under a pound. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. It's telling me to do a Q&A, but the last time I did that, no one responded to it, so I'm not doing that. All right. Did I get these over here? I did not. Okay. I'm gonna have to heat set this one as well. I think it's because it's cold in this room that the paint isn't coming out how I would like it to. You know, I did not. I've been trying to save my money to get one particular item, but I have to do family travels, so there is where's all my money's going. Yeah, I want a trolling motor, and the guy sent me a Black Friday deal that I'm just like, man, the trolling motor is regularly like $1,200, and he gave me like this crazy discount. And then I have points saved on my card. When everything is said and done, I could get it for like $279. But I don't want to kick out any kind of money right now. Because I don't know which way the economy is going to go. I mess around and buy fishing gear, and I need it for something else. Okay, that's better. All right, I got two more to do, and then I'm going to put the fins on these bad boys. Did you catch any? The specials, the deals? They actually released them kind of early this year, too, depending on what company you're looking at. Usually it's just on Friday. I got some from Japan that started this past Saturday or something crazy. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That trolling motor is like one of the only deals that I felt like was a deal, and then I'm kind of like on the fence about it because I'm like, how did you go from wanting 1,200 to giving me such a big discount? It's like, how much was this thing really, this trolling motor really worth? I'll tell you a good deal right now. I don't know if you ever heard of the company or the game Fishing Planet. I don't know if you're looking for a new reel and rod, but hold on one second. I'll tell you. The combo when it first came out was roughly about $450. It's on sale right now until they run out for $120. And if I had the money, what I was gonna do was buy some and fix them up just a little bit more to my liking, and sell them. The reels anyway. The rod is really nice too. I just got it. I've only taken it out once. Before fixing it anyway. So to get that fleshy undertone look, oh, I thought that was, there is actually some, I've painted it to the point where like right along where the white meets the gold or the greenish color, there is a spacing in between there where I didn't paint anything at all. So that it looks like a reflectiveness like it is in this picture where the body meets the underbelly or the side. So right in that area on here is like a reflective bluish white. So that's what I did to create that look. Left it clear. The last I checked, yeah, you know, I have a Poison Ultima, the P5 version. It's like right now it's like $1,200, and in comparison, and I hate to say it, I feel like it's the same rod. I feel like it's the same exact rod. So it makes me question where that P5 rod came from. And it's not my favorite rod either. That's the thing. That blink, I personally don't like it. A lot of Shimano and Daiwa's light action rods are really stiff. So to compensate for that, I go for their jigging rods to get that slow action that I like. But I am in the process of building some more of my own. It's been 2 years just trying to find a decent build or a company that will provide a decent warranty with the build being as good as I need it to be. And I found a company out of Italy. The handles are from Japan. And the sucky part about it is the import fees. It makes me not want to do it. Yeah, it's a nice I think the rod. Now I haven't loaded it to the point where I'm like fighting fish with it. When I first got my Poison Ultima, the bait finesse model, first cast, I don't know, I think the company or the people that I ordered it from off of eBay, I feel like they knew that had a defective spot in it. First cast, I get hung up in a bush and I go to whip it out to shake it off and it snapped. I was like, there's no way. So I messaged the company, and they messaged me back and was like, hey, we'll fix that for you. Could you just take it down off of eBay? Like, saying that it snapped on a bush on the first cast. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'll take it down as soon as you guys get the rod and send it back. And it cost $100 to send back. Yep. All right. So the next step on these bad boys. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, I'm gonna take a little bit of black. That's what I was looking at. I am gonna take a little bit of black and get that tail that I missed. And put the dots on it. See-through tail, dots match. All right, I am going to now add those little dots underneath. Now these are for my website. My website is called itmustbethebait.com, and then I'm also going to be selling them at a event, and then at that event I'll be doing like a giveaway for the youth group that's going to be there. I'm going to put together a package to give away on day 1 and a giveaway on day 2. I'm going to try to save some of this white. Now I have a couple that I'm going to keep for myself. But if they sell out, I'll just sell mine. Mine are in my box, but they haven't been used. It's cold here now. I wonder if a trout would bite a trout. I'm going to go to a trout stream and take that small one out there and see if they're cannibalistic. This is part of the process that's really slow, is cleaning the brush from these hard colors that's like non-mixing, like this white. I don't want this to mix with the next color, so really want to make sure that that brush is good and cleaned out. Now, if it was gold or like greenish brown or anything, I wouldn't care. But this has to get out of there before the next color. Most of the time, whenever I'm cleaning the brush, it's usually just white or the black. All of the other ones, I don't clean the brush right away. I'll just let it spray out to the next color. And it also gives it more of a natural look. I do. Um, Me and him have the same deal. I don't know. Actually, I don't think he had. I don't know if he has the deal or not. I think he was just promoting them around the same time a lot of other guys was, and then he doesn't bring up the company anymore. But me and him both were using some line called Varivis, and I think it's some of the best line on the planet. That's how I came across his YouTube, because I typed in the name to see who else was promoting it, and he was one of them. I haven't watched any of his videos in a while. I don't know if he's still doing small lures or if he's moved on to the bigger stuff. Have you, okay, okay. I think they, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to say the wrong thing and then it don't happen. But I'm going to say it anyway, screw it. They might have a deal coming up too. Probably just on Friday though, if they haven't posted it already. And they used to let you use like our codes on top of theirs, but they've taken that part away. Some people usually would get like 40% off by using my code and then their discount and then signing up for the first time. You could get between 40 and 50% off. But they changed that to using their code only with their discount, and then afterwards, like say for instance, you want some line in January, where they usually don't give a code in January. You could use mine then. It's not nearly as big as theirs. So I think I'm gonna dot these. I don't wanna try to airbrush that little dot. That little dot is really small. So I'm gonna dot them. I'm looking for a small cap. Or you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. If this joint turn over, I'm gonna be mad. I noticed. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a ink cap. Um, from my understanding, it is better than both. Not better than mono and fluoro. It's cut like because I have some, and the real standout for it, I guess, is the UV stuff that they put in it, so that it doesn't break down as nearly as fast as the mono. I'd have to double check it, dude, to make sure that I'm telling you the right thing. But I know it's some kind of technology that they use to make it better, per se. But I don't use direct fluoro or mono. I tried it. It's just not my thing. I like braid and then tying the FG knot or a blood knot or a B knot to that okay, that's coming out a lot better. Yeah, man, if you want to try it, check them out. Check them out this week. I don't know if you have an Instagram, but they usually only post the discount on Instagram. I don't know if they actually post it like, well, it definitely pops up on their website. But Instagram is their bread and butter for promotions and stuff. And if you are a first time buyer, you can try that discount. I don't know if it's still available or not, the first time buy discount, by putting in your email. It used to be 15%, it might be 10, but that one does carry over or combines with their Black Friday deal if they run one. What's going on, Jeremy? Oh, I didn't show you guys the dot going down the side. Complete. Doesn't look like much of anything. It's just added detail. I don't want to torture your name, so I'm going to call you 1096. What's going on? To anybody who wants to know what I'm doing right now, I am adding that purplish dot line or dots underneath the big dots. And then when they dry, they will look like the other ones. Can't see it too well on this one. Well, maybe you can. Once I finish these dots, I think I'm gonna call it a day. And I won't be back until after Thanksgiving. So it will be that Monday for sure. But I may release some unboxing videos and some field tests of some of the reels that I bought or acquired this past summer. I caught my biggest bass this year on a Japanese jig that was really small. It only weighed, with everything on it, 2 grams. From the trailer to the skirt and then the actual little jig head that was on it. But where I was fishing at, there's not too many hangs. It's just a lot of grass. So I had to outsmart these bass because that's the first thing that they would do. Run to that, to those big brushes of algae and vegetation and stuff. But yeah, man, if he's introducing it here, more power to him. It is actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, last year it may have been my number one, or I might have just gave you my number one without mentioning it. But yep, that is gonna be my number one if it's not already number one from last year. But I feel like it might have been number one from last year. But I doubled back this year and caught an even bigger one. It was close to 10 pounds. Unofficial scale, just basing it off of one of the other bigger ones that I caught. This one was even bigger. And that video is up too. I did like so much work for that video, like editing it and everything, and I don't think it got over 400 views. Now, is he making those jigs himself, or is he ordering them from Japan to sell over here? Oh, okay. I probably should look into his jigs just to see what he's hitting for. I did buy some jigs from a guy. He called it Joe Ultralight. He's got a website he's working on, but he's broke away from selling his own personal jigs to buying directly from Japan, and it's gonna attempt to sell them here in the U.S. I wonder how much he's gonna charge because depending on what state you in, that import tax is kind of high. Here it's $15 every 100 from what I've seen. And you could easily go over. Now, what do you mean by his own floats? I'm gonna have to go check out this guy's YouTube. Is this stuff on his YouTube? Like, is he promoting it on there? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check him out. I um I tend to try to stay away from other YouTube videos per se, so that I'm not getting like inspired or AKA wanting to steal their style and stuff like that. So I'll just check, like, let's say for instance, Varivis. I'll type that in and see what the big talk is about it and go from there. But if we are in the same realm, I try not to look at their videos just so that mine are different. I try to bring something different to the table. Kind of hard to see. My phone isn't uh, zooming in. What is the website called? Yeah, man. And then what sucks about it is if you come up with a good idea and it's doing well, somebody bigger is going to take it from you, and it's going to feel like you did all of that work for nothing. For someone else to take it, and it's it loses its draw to your stuff per se. Is it just called ifish.com or is it something else? Yeah, no, it's not gonna let you send the site link on here. Um, if anything, just put like everything except for .com and I can grab it from there. Okay. Thanks, Isaiah. I've seen you in here before, man. All right, so I think I have all of them with the secondary dot. Yep, all of them have the secondary dot. In most cases, I would usually call it quits on the bait, but as of late, I have been adding a fin to everything. And in this case, the fin is a yellow and it's really faint. So what I did is I add a little bit of brown gold to create a fade to get that look. Appreciate it, man. All right, man. Good luck and safety first. You definitely want to get your sleep out there. Seen some crazy situations. One lady just rescued a deer and the joint killed her. I seen that on the news like last week. Can you get a shout out? Isaiah Hendricks. Where are you located? I'll tell you what. Go to my latest video, leave a comment, and I'll pin it. I will pin it to the top. Are you trying to get some views up? Because I can also do an ad to tell people to check you out as well, man. Okay, all right. I will tell people to check you out. Now it is up to them to do that. All right, so I'm getting ready to add a fin. I'm looking at each one, and each fin is like very different. Probably because of how they're holding them. All right. The fin that I went with on this one here is a fold. Where is my small fin wheel? There's the big one. I don't need that. There's the other fins. Let me see something. I don't know what my small fin wheel is at the moment. I've got so many different types of fins. I just wanted to check that one out to see if I wanted to go with one of those. That's a big wheel. I have a smaller version of that. Oh, it's right in front of me. All right. So you can't see it right away, but there is a yellow fin. And to make sure it stands out, I go with a secondary color that is close or has the goldish tint to it. And I am looking for my brown gold. Is this it? No. Got too many colors. It's probably right in front of my face once again. And it is right in front of my face. I go with this as the secondary so that that yellow stands out. And I put it just right to the front. I can put this back. Hold on. There we go. If you can see that, camera's not focusing on it. It looks like a dark brown, but it's like a goldish brown, and it's fading to yellow to give that fin a more realistic look versus just hitting it with a single color. This helping hands is not helping, boy. This is one of my original set of helping hands. So what I'm going to get ready to do is I'm going to hit these and I'm going to get ready to call it a night, guys. I appreciate you all for watching. If you made it this far, I definitely appreciate you for watching the entire video. Until next time, remember, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, share. Peace out.